Now we're back. Jesus Christ. Audio. Blue Yeti's up. I don't even feel like playing Rust anymore. Let's react to some of this shit. Lies about crime. No idea about crime. Destiny. All his nonsense with his wife. That is an ugly picture of Trump. What is this? Evan Preach. We love him. We hate him.
Hello, I'm Patrick Stewart.
Don't care.
Did you know that right now...
So I saw this article came out a couple of days ago.
Yeah, what is it?
And these are 4 social media influencers who were swept up by the movement that claims that obesity is perfectly healthy, body positivity. And the tragic truth is that they've all died under the age of 45. Brittany Sewell is one of those people.
Not a breath constantly. You know, and I wish I knew the cost of eating. I wish I knew the cost of the comfort at the time that I was seeking. And I just want this to be a warning to other people that just need to hear the hard truth, you know, that if you keep it up and you keep, you know, gaining and not taking care of yourself and moving around and doing what you need to do, you know, your health is going to decline, possibly. You know, it's just, this is my experience, but, you know, my health's declined. You know, I do what I need to do, you know, to take care of my husband and stuff still, and I make things work, and I can do the things that I need to do, but they're very, very hard. You know, I had to have help trimming my toenails the other day because I felt so out of breath trying to lean over and do my toes. There's just a lot that is taken away from me, and I want you to know that it's not worth it. Food's not worth your life, and I really hope that I can turn it around this time because it's really scary how bad things can get.
I was truly okay with dying. I accepted it, that it was just, this is just how it's gonna go. I was gonna eat myself until it all went away one day. I realized I can't give up. I cannot. There is too much riding on me being able to do this, and I have so many people that...
One second. Let me turn off Rust, actually. Where am I? Where am I at Rust? 1 second. Disconnect. Alt F4. Can't let my kids hear what I'm about to say, really. Yeah. This needs to stop. This needs to stop. Why are we doing this? Body positivity. Ooh, just be proud of who you are. No. Don't ever be proud of who you are if it's a detriment. Like, try to always improve yourself. Why? Do you see this? Do you see this gigantic flap hanging right here? That's not something to be positive about. That's not something to be like ashamed of. I mean, kind of is. I know you're ashamed of it when you have those. I'm ashamed of the small amount of flab that I've got on my gut. The little chunks that I can pinch with my fingers. I hate it. But I know that I'm lazy. I'm kind of fat. I'm not like muscly and ripped and shit. But like, there's nothing positive about this. Having a gigantic flap of skin hanging over your genitalia that you have to pull up and scrub underneath because it gets bacteria and, you know, sets up all kinds of stink. There's nothing positive about it. There's nothing positive about it. There's nothing positive about having to buy bigger clothes that cost more because they have more material because of reality. They have to cover the mass that you have, so there's going to be bigger cloth. Ergo, the price is going to be higher. Like, there's just, it's, no. No. And yeah, you're going to die. That's another minute thing to think about. Being this big and not moving around and not exercising, I mean, it's almost like thermodynamics, right? You stop fucking moving, you stop fucking, oh God, look at the chin. It looks like a little smiley face. Yeah, you stop moving, you die. Like, movement is life. The only reason that we're alive is because our hearts continue to move. When our hearts stop moving, we die. When our lungs stop moving, we die. When our brains stop functioning, we die. Like, yeah. I don't understand. I don't get it. Why is this a thing? Why was this ever a thing? I genuinely don't understand because I was in prison for 7 years, from 2013 until 2020. Okay? I don't understand this. I don't know what's happening nowadays. Like, it's a positive thing to identify as a cat. It's a positive thing to identify as something that you're not. It's a positive thing to think that you're completely healthy when you're 400 pounds and you can't walk. Why is this positivity nowadays? I genuinely don't. Like, I'm not trying to be hateful. I just don't fucking get it. Like, this is not positive. This is nothing but negative. Okay, it's harder to get around, negative. Clothes are more expensive, negative. Things in maybe the bedroom, negative. People's perception of you, negative. Like, your food bill, negative. All of this is negativity. Heart disease, negative. I don't get it. I don't get it. What's positive? Oh, are they happy the way they are? You know they're not. You know they're not happy. You know they're ashamed of themselves. Deep down inside, even with all the bull crap comments, oh, you're beautiful, blah blah blah, beautiful and brave. You know, deep down inside, when they go home, when they go in the bathroom, when they look in the mirror, they're ashamed of themselves. And I'm not saying you should be. You know, if you have a problem, if you have like a condition or whatever, fine. Just don't tell everybody that it's a good thing to have when you know deep down inside you're ashamed of yourself. Like, I'm ashamed of myself. I've got this pudge, right? Can you see? You can't see really. I've got this pudge I can just grab. I can literal handful. I don't like it. I know how to get rid of it. I'm just fucking lazy. It just is what it is, you know? Like, I know there's gonna be a day whenever I don't know. Oh, like 90% of it, I'm lazy. 90% I'm lazy. 10%, it's like, I don't really have anywhere. Like, I'm stuck in this fucking apartment. And I can't put a weight bench outside. That's against the rules or whatever for the fucking apartment complex, so. I don't know. I'm lazy, 90%, and then the other 10%-ish, 5%-ish maybe. It's like, I've got like 400 pounds of actual steel plate weights. I just don't have anywhere to put them. I need a space. I need my spot.
Here. And I cannot let the things that have happened be the reason why it's the end for me.
And also, the reason her video is like that is because she doesn't have the energy to stand up and do anything. I mean, hey, good on you. Maybe this is a little bit of exercise, maybe. But it's like the reason that she's down on sitting on her ass is because she has to.
I feel sometimes like, you know, they ask, like, why do you get upset when you see this kind of stuff? And I say the same thing every time. It's like, to me, more than anything, this shit just said.
Because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. But body positivity, you know, yeah, influencers, bro. Because it's all a lie. Because you're not happy. I'm not happy that I can't see my six pack anymore. I'm not happy about that. It's still there, but I don't like it. I'm ashamed of it.
It's not even.
I'm ashamed. I am ashamed to go out to the river and take my shirt off because I've got a little bit of a gut. Imagine if I was 400 pounds and I couldn't even see my my junk. Imagine that. I'm ashamed now. At just like maybe 205, maybe 213. I don't know. I'm ashamed now. Imagine if I was 400 pounds, how I would feel.
Condemnation thing. You would never see me going up to somebody who's obese or trying to fix their life or whatever, or even just living their life and be like, say something. I would never say nothing. You know, but when people get online and glorify it, that's when it just upsets me. It upsets me because I've seen people who had a lot to offer their communities and their families pass. See the sadness in their eyes when they got to deal with that high blood pressure and how much it negatively impacts them. So it's just like, some people are like, oh yeah, you deserve it, whatever. I have none of that in my heart.
Yeah, like that chick could be out like actually dancing with other people, but she's not. Why? Because she can't get around. Because you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything because you're tired. You don't have the energy. You don't have the motivation to do anything for your community, like you said. You just don't have any. You don't have the drive to do it because you got so much baggage, kind of, sort of.
Honestly, watching that girl and hearing the fear in her voice, all I felt was sad for her.
Yeah, like, it's all fun and games until you realize you're literally going to die. And then it's like, holy shit, what do I do? What do I do? It's like, nothing. Because you've told everybody around you, like, hundreds of thousands of people that it's all a good thing. What are you going to do? You're going to go say you were lying? Or that you're an idiot? No. You're going to keep up the facade and then you're going to die. And evidently she did.
That's it. I felt sad. And now she's dead, and her loved ones, the people that they all have to deal with that. So the reality is we're just dealing with a huge tragedy that's expanding more and more.
Yeah.
So this guy here, TikTok star Waffler69, died of a presumed heart attack according to his brother. Real name, Taylor Lejeune. He did not flaunt his weight, but amassed 1.9 million followers by posting videos reviewing bizarre foods, including reindeer meat and thinned ham from the 1960s. His last video was posted a day before he died, showing him eating a giant Fruit Loop in milk.
The famed foodie, whose real name is Taylor, died on Wednesday night. His brother Clayton announced the sad news in a TikTok video.
He has passed away from a presumed heart attack.
Julie Lopez, who starred in the reality TV show Super Size Salon, died from heart complications aged 37. So, a lot of...
Yeah, so I don't know who's going to see this. Probably nobody, but here's your sign. You know? Back in the day, Jeff Foxworthy. Yeah. Or, no, the other guy. Whatever. Bigger weight leads to heart disease. It just does. Okay? It just does. Yeah. In case you didn't know that, or in case you're just like not wanting to believe that, it does. And you're gonna die. And you can not believe that all you want, right? You can say everybody's just trying to oppress you or what the fuck ever. You're still gonna die. The Reaper doesn't care how you feel. You're going to die.
People have been talking. So the article I sent you?
Article?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw what's your girl's name? Commented on it? Yeah, your girl.
Whoa.
Yeah, your girl's name there.
Nah, see, you're smart. You're about to say some bullshit. Careful.
What's her name?
Yeah, nah, we're not doing that.
The trans girl.
Hey. Don't play me. Don't play me.
What's her name?
Why you saying it's my girl?
Blair White.
Why are you saying that?
It's your girl. You the one that discovered her. You know about her before I knew her. So it's your girl. It's like Destiny's your girl? Because you know her before I do?
No, she's actually my friend. We spend time together. How would you say Blair White's my girl? I've never spoken to her. I've never even talked to her about her.
You've never spoken to Blair White?
Yo, you are doing some weird stuff right now.
Just kidding, bro. Relax.
Yeah.
Well, okay, go.
No,
when you do it, it's jokes. When I do it, it's not jokes.
You know,
God,
you're
taking shit.
You're insinuating I have relationships with people I don't.
I said I should
and that they don't understand.
No, I just said
so
yo.
they about to start, when did Adam start talking? And then it's going to start. You don't understand. That's what you do.
Nah, that's not what I do. I do the same thing that you do.
What I do? Whatever insinuated.
A whole bunch of shit.
Go ahead.
I always do.
Go ahead.
You don't know what you
Give me examples.
I don't need to give you
Okay,
examples.
no.
That's not how it works.
When you ask people to bring receipts,
No.
all of a sudden,
I don't
they
need-
just want to be like, I'm a loyal customer. Excuse me.
No, that's a good one.
Excuse me.
That's a good way.
Where's the receipt at? You don't
When
get
you
it.
ask people for receipt, I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
Barred.
Yeah.
I
I know because I do that.
I know you do.
I've been shopping here. You know me, Steven. You know me. My name's Dave. Yeah, Steven. I'm in here and I bought this from you.
There are a lot of lies that modern progressivism tells, right? And unfortunately, because a large chunk of the population is stuck on stupid, they do believe them, no matter how obviously deceptive and insane the lies are. A lot of people believe them. I consider one of the most damaging lies that is told by the establishment is that you can be healthy at any size, that you can be obese and somehow happy. And that lie has spawned the absolutely hellish movement, fat positivity.
And I am 100% glorifying obesity, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's ironic, right? That it's called the fat positivity movement. Because they're not moving. Because
That's a wild. That one got me, I'm not gonna lie.
That one got me.
I don't know where she got that from or if she wrote that herself, but that one was wild.
True though.
Okay.
I was not expecting a jab.
I thought she was because there's nothing positive about it. And she went to the other word. And I didn't even see that one coming. There we go.
She got me off guard.
as TikTok has really taken the reins and has popularized it and taken it to this over-the-top level of exposure, we get to see these people documenting their journeys, their fat journeys. And what you're starting to see is these people are dying. Literally, famous influencers within this movement are passing away very young.
I ruined my life with food, binge eating, and lack of self-care. And I'm hoping that it's not too late for me this time.
Why is their audio cut
You know,
out?
I ain't been to the store in 2 years.
I've not seen this
Maybe
before.
more now, I guess. I went to the post office once and that was hard. I went to urgent care and I thought my legs were gonna give out from under me because I had to stand there the entire time after walking in. You know, I kept just looking back at the chair and just praying that I could just make it another second until she was done with me. You know,
Bro. What is positive about that? Like, I kinda know what she's talking about. I've got some boots that are, they got messed up soles. And if I stand in them for any amount of time at all, it feels like my legs are like on fire because of the angle of the boot or whatever. But yeah, like, can you imagine? I hate those boots. I never wear those boots anymore. I'm still looking for a sole to fix those boots. Could you imagine if that's your entire life? Could you imagine if the entire, like, anytime you ever stand up or something, you feel just a burning pain in your legs because your structure just can't support the weight? What would be positive about that? I could not imagine ever doing that. I would, oh God. I would never want to stand up ever again in my life if I had to feel that feeling all the time. Out of breath just standing in the post office. Positive.
I couldn't even probably go check the mail right now. Between, you know, the growth I have in my fupa, so not my apron, but my pelvic region.
Did she say my fupa? Is she talking about apron? Is she talking about her
Apron.
belly?
Apron? Fupa.
Are those actual body parts?
But fupa is what I don't think it's a
No, apron's a body part?
well, an apron. I mean, where you put an apron is, I believe, what it is. Like,
So, which is not by the belly.
Well, it's not a body part. Like, you don't have an apron.
Right.
And you don't have a fupa. So it's it's what we call parts of the bodies that are over developed. Look it up.
So, like, let's say if you were like super obese, would you just call it a coat? Like, no, I'm not even trying to be.
You see what the fuck I gotta work here? No. You see what the fuck I gotta work with?
It's not to make. I genuinely don't know this lingo. When she said an apron, she said it casually. So she actually means her body like looks like an apron.
Yes, because it hangs. Does it hang down low? Does it?
I don't watch this content. I don't know.
I don't watch it either.
Whoa, that is wild. That is wild. This kind of lingo.
Apron belly. What causes an apron belly?
Okay, let me just keep watching. This is crazy.
It's mine. Yeah.
I did not know.
How to reduce.
Like, I know about
I don't know how to word. I thought that was just a kind of
I don't think that's a term.
No? So is that not a thing?
I don't think that's a point. I know what you're talking about and
Yeah,
what you're
yeah.
referencing.
You know some people got diaper booty.
I don't think that's
that was just like a
But
mean thing to say.
I don't know. I gotta lift my
Fat
apron.
upper
I didn't
area.
know that.
It's like when you work in the service industry and you have to put an
Fupa.
apron. It's really that. They have an apron. You need to wash, right? You have to lift that bitch up at some point. It's not everybody that have a fupa. It's not everybody that have a belly. A fupa is normal.
The terminology is just crazy to me. It's like somebody saying, "Yeah, listen, it's hard for me to walk around in my spacesuit." Like, that's a lot. The visual.
You never heard fupa?
No.
It's about 30, 40 pounds now. I go in
Bro. A growth. Okay, I mean. I'm gonna let that go. It's a medical thing. It's a abnormal growth in her body. But is it because of her obesity? 40 pounds? Bro, oh my god. Like, I've got a 40-pound weight vest in that closet right there. And I wear it sometimes just to have a little bit more exercise. Having that in your gut, though? In your area right here? 40 pounds of just some thing in there? Oh my god.
January to see what it is, because apparently there has been a big misunderstanding where my doctor thought I was having issues with my apron, but no, it is the growth below that I have to physically move when I walk. Anytime I roll or move or anything, I have to adjust it.
Begin. So you have, let me.
So
this is what happened. This is what happened.
She got an apron.
This is what happened.
She's pregnant, but she's not really pregnant with a baby. She's pregnant with a growth.
No, because when you're pregnant, it's right here. When you have an apron, it's because it's on the legs.
Okay.
So the thing that happened is that you're not just lifting. You know when you have to go up the stairs and after that,
She do the Stairmaster every day.
You become tired.
Yeah.
But whenever she lifts her legs up, she has to lift the weight.
The apron. Yeah.
So her leg pushes
But what's
up.
the growth?
That's the apron. That's the growth.
No, she said under the apron there's
That's
a growth.
the fupa.
No, she said under the apron there's a growth.
Fupa. Apron. Fupa. Fupa is this. Is this. So the belly is the apron. The apron belly is the belly that is doing this, but the fupa is under. It's under. So that the growth under her coochie belly, if you will.
Does obesity come with a manual?
This guy. It comes with a manual and he makes the best tacos.
That is wild. There's a well-known activist, professor of fat studies, Dr. Kat Paws, who questioned the links between weight and health, lost her life at age 42.
Hi, my name is Kat, and I'm usually the fattest person in the room. Join me on my Fat Positive radio show, Friend in Maryland, where we talk about politics, scholarship, identity, culture, and activism with fat people from around the world.
And she's dead.
Isn't actually as clear cut as we like to believe, and there's not really quite a consensus yet about the real relationship between weight and health. Obese people and even morbidly obese people have just as good of health, or sometimes even better health, than people who are in the healthy weight ranges.
I mean, that was your job to study, and you questioned whether there was a real link, and they died for it.
So, do you have a sort of soundbite response to people who just really firmly hold that position of like, yeah, but everyone knows fat is unhealthy, so it's right for them to start from that assumption point?
Yeah, she's dead. That's the response. You're dead.
I hope it's obvious to our audience that that's not the position we hold here at NAFA. But we know that there are folks all over the world in all different areas and disciplines who do hold that. And what's your sort of like quick dismissal of that?
I mean, honestly, I'm rolling my eyes and walking away. Like
Reasonable.
Yeah, and to be really honest, Tiger's like, I don't, like in my own kind of activism and scholarship and stuff, I actually don't do work around trying to unpack the myths around fatness and health anymore. Because I kind of finally realized that there wasn't really a point. Most people aren't really...
What did I miss? 7 years prison. What did I miss? Who are these people? How are they? Like, how is this your job? I'm a factory worker, making car parts that I hate. How is this your job? Where you're just lying to the myths around fatness and health. How is this your job? Who are you? I mean, you're dead now, so you're nobody, but how do they get to this position where they're just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to lie to all of the general public and lead, hundreds or thousands of people down a road to, like, basically damnation, where they're just like, oh yeah, this is fine, my body's fine, I don't need to change anything, I don't need to try to make myself better. Why? Why is this a thing? How did it happen? Where did it come from? Why is it okay? I'm lost. Like, I haven't really paid much attention to this because I don't care about this crap. I mean, if you want to act like this, by all means, but don't get on TikTok and YouTube everywhere else and be like, oh, but my life now. It's like, yeah, there's tons of people out there that's going to tell you that this is unhealthy and that this is a bad thing. And you're going to call all those people oppressors.
Actually interested in being educated around it. And I kind of came to view that more as another form of respectability politics. You know, the idea that fat people are only worth liberation or, you know, only worth full humanity if in fact we're not unhealthy or something, just, you know, isn't a useful or helpful kind of meme. So I don't tend to engage with those kinds of questions anymore.
That totally makes sense. I think that people were so freaked out about what they didn't know about coronavirus that they were looking for any information that sort of floated their way. And I think a lot of us are not as skilled at being able to look at the research and say, like, we might look at it with skepticism, but we're not as skilled at being able to take it apart. So walk us through a little bit of that, how you and your colleagues take that kind of research apart, and then when one of the first sort of friends of their family died, and it was like, oh, we're so surprised that this guy died, but you know, he was overweight. So and there's this way that that just gets used as a like, oh, okay, so then it's not tragic that he died. Like, shouldn't we still be worried about that? Don't you think there are still people who care about him and want him to be alive? And it's like, it is, you know, as I said earlier, almost like that shrug. And I mean, we could see that even more clearly with like disabilities. So
I haven't preached.
Oh.
Fat positivity. Like, all these people are dead. At like 30 something.
I got that.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna go back to not disciplining.
No.
It's just for yeah.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm saying something.
I think maybe learning some different techniques and trying. Yeah, and that's another thing I try to take into consideration when disciplining. So like, I'm like, does she actually understand that she did something wrong? You know, does she understand that what she's doing is
And it was the Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick who actually said that grandparents should be willing to sacrifice themselves so they don't ruin the economy for their grandchildren. Like, we, the unholy trinity of why we can't have nice things, white supremacy, patriarchy, and capitalism, have very much created a culture where, people that are seen as less contributing or as more of a burden to society, they're expendable. And so that's, of course, fat people, old people, anyone with a disability, anyone with a chronic illness, poor people, it's, and yeah, the result is that fat people die.
Listen, I actually don't entirely disagree with her that we treat people who are less useful to society as a bit disposable, be it elderly or disabled. Seeing her dismiss the whole idea of like health at every size is kind of nonsense, and then her just kind of just brushing that off was a bit alarming, and the fact that she died shortly afterwards from a heart attack.
It was actually unrelated.
What was?
The heart attack on her weight.
Sorry. No. But this is what I'll say. Yeah, people definitely do that. I think with older people, I kind of get it because you've lived a longer life, and so it's like if an older person dies versus a younger person, it's obviously less tragic, right? You've lived 70 or 80 or 90 years, like I'm not going to mourn for grandparents the same way I'm going to mourn for grandchildren. Like, I think most people would feel those two things are drastically different because you haven't lived a life. With people who are obese, the mindset, I suppose, is like people are eating away at their life. And they're not willing to make the changes, or they haven't been successful at making the changes, so it's like if they die, it makes a bit more sense. It doesn't make it right or a virtue, but it makes it understandable, I guess. It's just not something that I think is a great thing. And I also say, a lot of people are taking this opportunity to just dunk on the dead people and be like, oh, fuck yeah, whatever. To me, that's a wrong attitude. Celebrating this kind of stuff or whatever it is, like, yeah, some people are very hard-headed and some people are net negative in terms of how they influence other people, but celebrating their deaths in this way is never something I think we should ever encourage. If you have empathy for these people and you understand they're suffering and many of them are trying to make a change and they are making the change, it's just slow, or they're having setbacks often, the last thing that helps them is like you being there and being like, man, if you die, fuck, it's not helpful. You're doing that for your own ego and your own selfish desire to be like, yeah, that's what you deserve. But is that really an empathetic thing to do? Is that even kind or helpful to the people? The truth is, this obese person could be someone in your family. Would you be happy if those people died and didn't have a chance at redeeming themselves or fixing their issues? Would you really be happy? No. But here you are cackling and celebrating when it's somebody from a different family. That to me seems a bit heartless. So, I don't know. This whole topic is just sad to me. I don't know how people come at it and then they're gleeful and they're happy about these things happening. To me, it always stays.
Who is?
Plenty of people. Plenty of people online are celebrating. They laugh at, oh yeah, see what happened, fuck you. I get the whole idea of consequences to your action, a certain level of accountability, sure. It's not just entirely individual choice. A huge part of it is, I agree. But another part of it is, like we talked, the societal factors that influence it, right? We don't make being healthy the most easiest choice in a lot of places. We don't make walking an accessible tool in a lot of places in North America. We don't give people access to public transport that's effective for people to get around. You just tell people essentially like, yo, either you gym or you start running. Like in a lot of places in the world, a lot of people are healthy and they never go to the gym or run. You wonder why? Because walking is an option. Because taking public transport, natural forms of exercise that are very effective is an option. We don't also have a thing where our foods are just constantly laden with all kinds of things and preservatives that are going to make you more obese for no reason. It even affects people who are not obese and makes them unhealthier too. So we have foods in our industry that works actively against us to keep us from being healthy. There's a lot of different things that make us complicit in the fact that other people are making these poor choices and getting to the point where they're dying from obesity or whatever it is. Yeah, it's not just entirely thing like